Hey folks, how's it going? So it's 7:34 on day 63 and just getting ready to leave the Hilton in Roanoke, Virginia. Pretty view out the window. Very nice. Got the second dose of the Moderna shot a few days ago and that was good, went well. Definitely got a bit of a sore arm and I was down yesterday. I was just not sick necessarily, but just very sort of fatigued and lethargic feeling. So I'd sort of planned on trying to do 10 miles or maybe more if I felt good, and then didn't feel good enough to try 10 miles. So pretty much just stayed in bed all day, which is fine. I was prepared for that if we needed to do that. But anyways, today, and even by last night, I was feeling a whole lot better. So today I think I'm going to get back out on trail, pick up at Bear Wallow Gap, and then head north and just kind of keep heading that way. Yeah, it's been nice to be with the folks, get some food, get some bed, get some shower, get some more Epsom salt foot baths and things. So it's been a good stop, and most importantly of all, got the second Moderna shot again, so that was pretty fantastic. But I'm feeling pretty rested and pretty energetic again, and good and excited to get back out on trail. So we already had breakfast downstairs. We're just gonna move some luggage down to the car, get on the road, and I'll be back on trail in a little bit. I'll film you guys. All right. See y'all. Alrighty, it's 8:50 in the AM, and a little cool, but not cold. Let's see what the temperature is. Oh gosh. Well, I don't know, my watch isn't working. Who cares what temperature it is? But just getting back on trail on day 63 now. Cool little hiker sign. Yeah, so definitely a good stop. I was a little bummed out about yesterday being a 0, but it's definitely better than being sick in the woods. So, you know, and I was prepared to take multiple 0s if that's what it took. The priority was definitely getting the vax. So extremely grateful to have gotten that vaccine and have parents come down and hang out and feed me and put me up and bring Epsom salt and all that. So a good stop, but it's going to be a good feeling now to get back on trail. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is. The plan is just to keep hiking north, really, and then go as far as I feel comfortable. So if that's 13 miles, great. If that's 20 miles, great. If that's 6 miles, great. 2 miles, great. Whatever. If I got to come off, I think the plan is my folks are going to be visiting Lexington for the day, and I'll try and shoot them a text about 6 miles in to let them know. Well, hopefully to let them know that I'm doing okay, and not let them know if I'm doing okay. So anyways, that was a few 0s, and we're back on trail now. So see y'all. folks, how's it going? It is 12:31, 48.8 degrees. I've just made it to the Bryant Ridge shelter, which I didn't necessarily have any plans of stopping at or showing you or anything else, but it is pretty much directly next to a creek that runs along the trail. I'm 10.4 miles into the day, and it is just a really neat shelter. I just want to take a minute and show you. So the trail comes right up through here and continues across the creek and up over that way. But if you hang a left, you can come up to the shelter, which is where we're at. So it's got this cool little wraparound porch dealy, which is pretty great. And then a pretty neat little like step up and an L-shaped platform. And then it's also got this really cool sort of loft level that's even got a railing. So that is really neat. It's got these cool little windows over here. I've seen some pretty cool shelters already on the trail. And I don't know if this one is better than some of the really cool ones I've seen, but it's definitely one of the cooler shelters. Yeah, I almost wish it wasn't so early in the day. I wouldn't mind stopping here for the night, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and push on. Yeah, it's only 12:30. Day is nice and cool, and luckily I feel pretty all right after that kind of lethargic post-vaccine day yesterday. So anyways, that's the Bryant Ridge shelter. Got a picnic table and a trail just beyond that I can only assume leads up to a privy, but yeah, neat shelter for sure. All right, folks, it's 3:40 and 40.8 degrees. I should be just under 3.5 miles from my destination for the day, but you know, it's day 63, so it's health update. Certainly the biggest news of the week health-wise is that just a few days ago I got my second dose of the Moderna vaccine. So that's super exciting. I guess that means in about 2 weeks I'll be considered fully vaccinated, so that's definitely exciting. Yeah, aside from that, you know, I've spent the last few days kind of living in the lap of luxury, all things considered. Mom and Dad came out, made the 4 or 5 hour drive out here to visit me. So they were putting me up in a nice hotel and delicious food. So all that's always going to be good for the health. They also brought, as I think I mentioned already, a big old bunch of Epsom salt with them. So I think I took like 3 or 4 foot soaks with Epsom salt, and then 2 baths and a couple of showers, and yeah, definitely that was pretty good. Good for the blisters, really, and everything. Blisters on the feet. I always find those are helped quite a bit by Epsom salt soaks. So yeah, I mean, health-wise, honestly, I really don't have much to talk about. Let me, you know, the vaccine definitely it kind of sat me down yesterday. I was hoping to get on the trail yesterday. We were planning right up until the night before, my parents and I, that I could try and get out a 10-mile slack pack, just to kind of see how the body held up. So, you know, we set our alarms pretty early, and I wasn't feeling great after that second dose. So I don't mean to misrepresent it, however, couldn't be happier to have had that second dose. And frankly, if it set me down just one day with negative side effects that really weren't that severe, aside from just general lethargy and overall kind of malaise, then I'm not too worried about that. I was super excited to get it. So my right hand's blister is slowly becoming a callus, left as well, I think. My feet are still blistered up decently, but not you know, not terminally. It's not going to kill me. So yeah, stomach, head, body, legs, my knee and ankle and shin on my right leg so far have been holding up the past few weeks, so that's great. But yeah, I really love these health reports where I don't have much to report. Anyways, hopefully you got something cool to look at here as I babbled, whatever. But yeah, that'll be it for the weekly health report this week. I guess next week we'll have number 10, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty, I'll check in with you later. We'll be to camp pretty soon. Well, folks, we only just came back from my health update. It's 3:49, and I don't know if you can tell if this is going to come out in the video, but there's just the faintest snow falling right now. I sure hope that's going to come out, because that's pretty neat. My goodness. We're not that high up. I mean, I think we're about 3,500 feet up, or maybe even a little less than that, but yeah, it's like 40 degrees. That's pretty neat. Snow. Hey folks, good evening. Just finished dinner over at Thunder Hill Shelter. Made it here just about 5 o'clock on the nose, I'd say. Got my tent all pitched up and all that, so dinner's done. It's kind of a few flurries falling again, it looks like. And it's cold, man. It's cold. I have my water filter kind of down my pants right now, to be perfectly honest. It was about 35 up on the top of the hill, but that was also probably about an hour and a half ago, so I'm only 100 or 200 feet below the top of the hill right now. So who knows exactly what temperature it is, but it's gonna be cold tonight. It's gonna be well below freezing. I'm thinking like the mid to low 20s. Which just makes it hard to wake up. I should be able to sleep pretty good, I hope, but just makes it hard to wake up. So today was definitely a good day. I was a little bit bummed about taking a 0 yesterday, but it had to happen. So, you know, today I made up for it. Went a little over 20 miles, I guess, to get to where I am tonight. So that's pretty good. Yeah, and it was good to see the folks and get some food and be in a bed and all that. So I'm pretty excited that my first day back on trail was the 20. I wasn't really sure. I mean, if I had to stop at 6, I had to stop at 6, you know. But luckily that the worst of the fatigue pretty well resolved itself probably by yesterday afternoon, honestly. So just a 1 day of rest I think was enough for me, and that's pretty good. I'm not really sure what the next few days are looking like. I think probably in 5 days or so I should be able to be at Devil's Backbone, which is going to be a pretty fun stop for sure, to be at a brewery that gives you a free breakfast and lets you pitch your tent for free and has a shower and everything. But that's kind of the plan, is to be there after 5 days on trail. So we'll see how that goes. And then one other note I wanted to mention, just as like a final note of the day before I go to sleep here, is that while I was with my parents in Roanoke, the jury came back with a verdict on the 3 charges that Derek Chauvin was facing for murdering George Floyd, I guess, by the end of it.
Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. Unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. Third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. Second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty.
You know, justice would be if the man was still alive, but it's good that 12 people came to the right decision. So just as a sort of time stamp on this video and this hike and everything else, wanted to mention that, and boy, on the exceedingly off chance that one of those 12 winds up seeing this video, I appreciate your efforts. So way to be a small part of making America hopefully a little better. So anyways, on that note, I'm going to put my food in this bear box, and I am going to climb hurriedly into my sleeping bag. So good day, and I'll check in with you all tomorrow. Good night.